Chris says, I can physically leave my workplace. However, how do I mentally disengage from work so that I can be present with my loved ones? I find disengaging being very difficult when I'm neck deep in a difficult problem. How do you close out of work mode when you've had so many open loops? One of the best pieces of advice I ever saw was leave when the next step is immediately obvious. At the end of the day, don't clean up all your emails. Don't feel like you got to finish up every piece of work. Leave when you go, I know exactly what I need to try next. It may not need to work, or it may not actually work, but I know what I need to try next. Write that down on your whiteboard, email it to yourself, whatever. And at that point, walk away and go to a beach in Roatan off the coast of Honduras. But that way, you can be at peace because you go, I don't need to worry. When I come back to work, I know exactly what I'm going to do next. Otherwise, if you try to leave when you either have the thing finished or when you're stumped, then it's going to drive you crazy all night. Because if you're finished, you're going to think, okay, what's the next thing that I have to do? I have all this stuff on my plate. If you leave when you're stumped, you're going to be like bothered by it all night. But if you leave when the next step is immediately obvious, it's much easier to disengage. I know who I heard that from. It was Adam Savage of Mythbusters. He had such a great example of, like how you leave your work area at the end of the day. If you're building a long, complex model or a project for a client, that you walk away from it when you go, all right, here's exactly, when I come back, I'm going to have to polish the shields on this point right here. Then I'm going to have to figure out all kinds of things about how the shields fit into the rest of the starship. But for now, at least, I know exactly what I have to do next. And then he's able to walk home and just go, okay, when I come back home or come back to work tomorrow, I know exactly what I have to do. I find that so helpful. I actually have 2 whiteboards in my home office for that exact purpose. I have one that's more of a long-term whiteboard, stuff that I need to keep in mind long-term for planning. And then I have another one where I'm in the middle of something at the end of the day. I'll go, okay, here are the things that are next on my list, and let's go do that when I come back in. And it makes transition so much easier.